welcome back to another episode of HealthyMenTalk Sits Down With. In today's episode, we have Winston in, and it didn't disappoint. We have a few laughs along the way, but during the conversation, we will talk about his struggles with prostate cancer and how he's overcome that. And also, we will talk about a career-ending accident, which happened all at the same time. Like I said, we have a few laughs. There are some serious points in this. I've known Winston for a very long time, and this is part one of a few videos I want to do for Movember. So really highlighted men and their health issues. So sit back, grab yourself a cup of tea, and enjoy. Hello, welcome back to Healthy Men Talk. I am Shane Mitchell, and in the studio we have Mr. Winston White. Hello, Winston.
Hello, how you doing? Not too bad.
Now, I appreciate you coming in.
Thank you.
Like I said, wanted to do a couple of interviews for Movember and like get that sort of men's talking, not just mental health, but also with health, how they deal with their health issues, cancers, etc., like this, right?
Yeah.
And I think for a lot of men, and we discussed this when you came in, a lot of men don't go to the doctors, do they?
No.
Right? They could be ill for months before they even know something serious happening. So I want to start with that. What made you think something ain't right here? I need to get a doctor's appointment.
Well, it wasn't that specifically because I had an email from my doctor's surgery saying that we're going to have a get together, a few people, have a chat about prostate cancer. So I thought, why not? Gonna look, and then these blokes chatting about it, and then he's saying, my origin, like 1 in 4 of us, will get it.
All right, okay.
And I'm sat in the chair.
Like...
I heard that, and I'm looking around. You can see other people looking. I think, okay. So I listened. I took in what he was saying, and then the next day I rang the doctors up, made an appointment. But I don't think you could do that now. But back when I did, I rang it, went in, got an appointment, and he checked me prostate, and he said it's a bit enlarged than what it normally should be.
Yeah.
So what we'll do, we'll just monitor you every 3 months.
What, as in blood?
As in blood. Every 3 months, I'd have to give a blood sample.
Yeah.
And they checked that for about 4 or 5 years. And then they said it's starting to creep a bit.
Okay.
So they said, well, what we need to do is have a biopsy just to check if you got any cancers growing in there. So I looked at it and I went back to the missus. You could tell there was something not too, because I'm normally chatty when I get home.
Just sat there.
I just sat there.
What's up with you?
She said, yeah, what's up with you? And I think, well, I might have prostate cancer.
Yeah.
So
what was her reaction to that?
Her reaction wasn't very too good. Like she thought, can't be, you know, at the age when they said it was about just before I come up to 50. So she said, no, you can't have. So I went to the hospital, had the old biopsy. They checked it and they said, there is a slight chance you might have cancer in there, but we're not certain.
Okay.
We're not 100% on it. So we'll keep monitoring your bloods for another year. And then I had an accident in 2023, fell off a ladder, smashed both my ankles up. So while I was in hospital, they kept taking me bloods. And then they had this one result, and I had a phone call, and he said, we're not happy with this. This gone up to 14 now. We need to get you in.
What was it before? Like, what was it? Was it leveling?
It was about 7-ish.
So it doubled.
Then it doubled up to that.
Okay.
And then he said, well, we need to get you in. I said, what do you mean? He said, well, we need to take it out.
Yeah.
And then again, I'm thinking, yeah, but
was you in a bit
sure?
Denial? Like,
I was, I was thinking, you sure? He said, yeah, we need to get it out. So that was in October, and he rushed the appointment through. Well, he said he rushed it through, but it was in June. So I thought from October to June, that's a long old...
Great rush.
It was a great
time, mate.
Yeah. So he said, I went in on the the 10th of June, and it was a robotic operation.
Okay.
And what it was, it had 6 holes across my belly. One went through the belly button.
What?
Yeah, and I had 5 others across the
Was
body.
you 8?
I was 8.
I was going to say,
Yeah,
I
I
don't
was
think
8.
I could watch that.
Oh no, I was 8. They put the needle in it, then put one in the back as well, so you're totally relaxed. And then you couldn't feel my legs when I come back rain, but then when I woke up, I could just see all these bandages across here, and that's where they use the metal staples now to close the wounds up. And then I stayed in overnight, and I didn't like the bit because when you come out, you gotta have one of those bags.
Yeah.
So you can
Yeah,
fill the bag
it's all
up.
happening down there, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh mate. Yeah. That was trying to sleep with that. It was annoying.
I bet you bursting left, right, center, yeah.
Well, it feels that, and the trouble is, it started to get more redder and redder, and I'm ringing, so I'm getting a bit nervous here, like,
yeah.
So I rings the doctor and he said, "No, that's natural. Just keep changing the bags. You had a day bag and you had a night bag.
Yeah.
So just keep changing the bags and make sure you're keeping it clean so you don't get no infections." And I had to keep that in for 10 days. And I'll tell you what, when it came out, the relief was great.
Then in what way? Like what? Obviously, yeah, it's not ideal, but like, in what way when it was it like just uncomfortable?
It
like
was because you had to strap it to your leg, so it actually when you gravity takes it down. You had to strap to your leg, but it's just trying to sleep with it. Because they supposed to give me a little stand, so you put it on the stand where your bed is, and then they didn't, so I had to pull it over myself onto the floor, and you have to stay in that position all night. So,
mate, I couldn't do it.
No,
I toss and turn all night.
I do, but when I had that in, I couldn't do it. And then you wake up in the morning, you think, I didn't really sleep last night.
When you lack of sleep as well, it really kicks in, doesn't it? Just everything's magnified.
But the trouble is, it kicks in the day. Like you're trying to watch something. The wife's had to go to work as well because she works sometimes at home and then sometimes in the office.
Yeah.
So the office days, she's ringing me to make sure I'm woke up. Like
you nodded off.
Yeah, because I couldn't physically walk. I still had to use crutches at the time because of my ankles. And then I went back to see the consultant because they sent me a result through, and it said it was 3.5 after the operation, and he said it should be 0.1.
Okay.
So I said, okay.
Alarm bells ringing.
It was ringing real loud, mine. So I said, what went wrong then? He said, well, we checked your CT scan again, and we missed a bit on your bladder. For fuck's sake. So I thought,
get back in.
I was thinking, I wanted to have a rare at him, like, because you've had the scan, you looked at it.
Yeah, you should know where it is.
Yeah, so you put me through the operation. Yeah, you got the prostate 8, which that went sweet as a nut. So he said, well, we need to refer you to another consultant and see what, it was a woman at the time, to see what she suggests.
Yeah.
And she said, well, you're going to have to go to Cheltenham, which is a cobalt area.
Oh, yeah.
And what it is, you had to go over there and you had to have a skeleton photograph of me. But for that day, they had to put radiation into my body.
What, to highlight?
To highlight the density of the bone. So they done that. I think I was out for about 30 minutes while they was running the treatment. And then 3 weeks after, they rang up and said, oh, we got good news. It said it ain't spread to your bones.
Yeah, that's
because once it's in your bones, there's nothing to do with that. Yeah. You can't get away with it. They said the only next thing we can do for you, you have to go on a 6 weeks radio
Radiology.
Radiology.
Yeah.
You have to go 6 weeks, and that's every day for 6. The only day you had off was bank holidays or the weekends. Yeah, that's it. That's the only days you had
Well, it
off.
makes you laugh and shit like that, isn't
Yeah.
it? Like cancer stops.
Yeah.
So it is bank holiday. Let him have a
Yeah.
let him have a day out.
Let him have some rest. And the worst thing about it is, for me, because I think the bit what they was on about when they was on my prostate, so I got a wee a lot,
Yeah.
and when you had to go down for your radiation, you had to go down there, and you had to drink a load of water
All right, and hold it. So,
and hold it. So when you get into the radiation room, you know you got enough water
Yeah.
in your bladder. But the bugger is like they put a time up there of all the wards, and it says, yeah, this ward is running on time. So you think, oh, so I looks up there, my time's gone. I'm bursting to relieve myself. So I goes up to the lady at the desk. I said, do you know if this ward's on time? She said, well, they don't normally let us know. I said, what? Yeah.
Do you work here or not?
I was going to say that, but I was a bit polite. He said, they don't tell you when they're behind. She said, no, they'll come out and put it on the board. So 10 minutes later, this nurse comes out, puts it on the board, and I think, I can't hold it no more. I got to go. So went to the toilet and I had to go through the same routine again, drinking the water.
It's not like you can have like half a piss, is it?
Well, no, you can't.
I'll just do a little.
So I kept going there, and then if you say the good thing about it, there's everyone in there doing the same thing, like
Then we'll sat there bursting.
yeah, and then eventually you get to know each other's name. And the good thing about me, because I made friends with 3 other people there, I can't remember their name today. Because I remember I was working, and they knew that if I disappeared and the doctors come out and say, "Where's Winnie?"
Yeah. Oh, he's at,
they knew where it was. So when I come back in, they're ready and they call me, so I go straight in. Like, and there's a couple of times I got on the table.
So I do this every day.
Every day,
Oh.
yeah. The times changed, like, but it was every day, like, and a couple of times I got on the table ready for them to set, because when when you first day you go there, they take you into a separate room. You lie on this bed, and they're measuring you up, and that measurement is what they got to do every time you go into the room. You got to be set up to that position, because at this stage, I had it on the bladder neck, and when I went to Cheltenham, that cobalt machine, it'll pick anything up.
Yeah.
And what it did, it picked up. I had a bit on both my hips at the same time.
Yeah.
And then it picked something up on my chest. I can't what they call it now. Something with nub lobes.
Like your lymph nodes.
That's them. Or they found some in there. So you had to put a camera down my throat, take a biopsy of that to check, and that wasn't cancerous. So that was happy days on that score. But yeah, that machine picked it up, those 2 bits said, as well as the one on the bladder neck. So yeah, I've done the treatment.
So you had a 3-for-1 then?
I did have a 3-for-1, mate. Jesus. The worst thing about it, because when they set you up, and you got to stay in that position, and you can. And for me, once they start that machine, it's going from my head, and they got different trees. You got a chestnut, you got the walnut, and you got the rosebank, and there's pictures on the ceiling. So I'm looking at the pictures and trying to think, okay, it normally goes round 3 times, comes back round, then it stops.
Oh, you were clocking.
I was clocking it, and then because I'm bursting at the timeline, so I'm looking at
trying to focus on something else.
trying to focus on something else.
You know, oh, that's the chestnut. That's been 30 seconds.
Oh, and the weird thing is, as soon as they finished, they said, "All right, Win, sort yourself out. Hey, straight to the toilet, and then home." Yeah, when you finish your course, you got to go out and you ring this bell.
Yeah.
You know, I got my wife to take a picture of me, and then I was chatting to the other nurses, and well, they're all nurses, but I got quite friendly with a few of them, so they knew me. And there's this one Indian guy, lovely guy, always on about cricket.
Yeah.
And he comes up one week because he's just training at the moment. Come up 1 week, do his week's training, and he's got to go back to Yorkshire to actually, Yorkshire,
hell.
a long way to go and play cricket because he's actually in a team and they pay him to play.
All right, okay.
Yeah, so he wants to take that next step.
Yeah.
So he said, if I play for this club and perform, take me on full time. But I still wants to finish my course.
Yeah, of
So
course.
I've got something to fall back on
Get that
to.
degree, innit?
So yeah, he's good to talk to. There was a couple of ladies as well. They was quite friendly and positioned you right. Excuse me, my hands might be a bit cold. And you know what cold hands like. I still moved, and they said, "Okay, we're just warming.
Yeah, we're on the hands there.
Warming for a
you
bit."
fucker. Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, yeah. So he done that, and then so he rang the bell. But I thought, you see him ring the bell, and you think, I thought, you think, oh, you've got the all clear.
Yeah.
But no, it's just to say that you finished your course.
Oh,
and,
right.
And everyone else outside, as soon as they hear the bell, they're clapping to say, well done.
I always thought it was ring the bell because they're like, right, we're done with you.
Yeah.
You're in remission.
Yeah.
Get out.
Yeah.
Ring the bell.
No,
it's because just that course.
Just said you finished your course of radiotherapy. I met this one guy and his wife there, and they asked what I was on. I said I was on radiotherapy. They said, "Good, you don't want to go on chemo."
That chemo next level.
It took it out of the lady.
Yeah.
You could see her. He said when she first took the course, like she was quite well, and sometimes she could know her bladder.
Yeah.
And they say, well, the day's gone, so you have to come back tomorrow. And she's getting real frustrated, and the husband's saying,
it's hard enough going through what you're going through.
Yeah, and you've got to try and keep your bladder going. But she finished the course in the end, but that was her second go at chemo.
Yeah.
So, but
let's go back a little bit because, like, I think an interesting thing that you mentioned then was that original appointment or that original calling. Like, they're like, "Oh, come in," there's. Why did they call you in?
I don't know.
Why you?
Was
you on the system? Or
yeah, I'm on the system. I'm on the systems. I get quite a few emails to go and sit down and listen to different things. If it interests me, I'll go and do it. But
was it part down onto your age? What was? Were you
I don't think
flagged up?
I don't think it's my age, but I think it's my origin, because my parents are from Jamaica, and I'm English, but you still carry the same genes.
Right. Okay.
Nothing like that.
So what? So it's like, is it like quite high in black people? Then?
Yeah.
Is it that, so it's quite.
It's quite high in black people and Asian people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So.
Well, there you go. Let's learn something today.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you get those emails then. So you read it. Someone obviously made you go along.
Yeah. It was quite interesting. I thought, go and see what they got to say, because it might relate to me. And then when they said 1 in 4, then my eyes started to open up. Then.
Yeah. But that's my point. What I'm saying is, and this is why I'm trying to do these interviews as well. It's about men not taking their health for granted, right? You will feel, okay, do you know what, that's interesting. I might have a little look at that. So you went along.
Yeah.
And let's just say, for example, you didn't, right?
Yeah.
It could have been, you were obviously going that way. You wouldn't have known it.
No.
So if you didn't have gone along and took, no, I'm going to go and have a look. Yeah. I'm interested. Yeah. You wouldn't have found out.
Yeah, because there's no signs of it.
No.
You could say, I wee a lot, but the doctors.
But then you start thinking, age.
Yeah,
it's natural. I mean, you start thinking like that. It. So you could have been really heavy in.
Yeah, but the one thing since I've done the cancer treatment is they said, "Oh, you got to practice the pelvis floor exercises." Yeah. I'm thinking, what's that about?
Like what women do, it?
Yeah,
Kegels,
that's what. Yeah, and Kegel as well. I thought, okay, and I said, "Why is that?" I said, "Well, you got to train your bladder to come back to try and, because if not, you're not able to control yourself." Yeah. And I tell you what, for the first 6 weeks afterwards, I just made it to the toilet. It happens that quick. But then they said practice the exercise. So Googled it or YouTubed it,
Yeah.
found an exercise. So I just practiced it and kept doing it. And then when I went back to the doctor, he said, "How are you getting on?" I said, "I'm not too bad now." He said, "Are you doing your exercises?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Well, if you keep doing them exercises, because with the where the muscles situated in the pelvis, it's really hard to get to." So he said, as long as you do the exercises, the muscle will start working. And the only reason you'll tell it's working is because you control yourself
Yeah.
when you go to wee
Yeah.
and not to stop.
Because you all have that urge, don't we? But we can hold it for a little bit.
Yeah.
As it gets harder.
Yeah. Don't hold it too long, but they said hold it until you really want to go.
Yeah.
Because if you go before you start that cycle of
Yeah. It knows. Oh, right. Okay.
it knows, and you ain't gonna get to the toilet. And he said, "What are you drinking?" I said, "Well, I normally drink a bit of Coke." He said, "And I have peppermint tea." He said, "Well, forget the Coke." He said, "If you're going to drink anything, drink lemonade
Okay.
because it's got less caffeine in
Yeah.
it." So I'm on lemonade now.
Oh, lemonade now.
Yeah, but
I bet you sneak a can and cup now and then, don't you?
I do now and
Yeah, I
again,
fucking knew it.
and then I regret it, mine,
Oh.
because I'm up and down all night. Then
Yeah.
once I
If you're
start
doing it, you're having it in the morning.
yeah, have it in the morning so you got the day to get it out of the system. Because
Could you used to like a bit of whiskey and coke, didn't you? Take that off.
I still had the whiskey,
Yeah.
but I had to put lemonade in it.
Whiskey lemonade.
Yeah, or have it neat.
Or have it
Especially if
neat.
I'm having Gentleman Jack, you got to add that
Gentleman
neat.
Jack. Make me sick.
Yeah, I
So
do.
when you were doing this then, so obviously you started, you went to that thing, you went and got tested. They were like, okay, we'll have a look at this, we'll monitor you. So at any point during this, did you feel that it was not, obviously you can't tell that it was coming, but
Yeah,
every time you went for bloods,
yeah.
did it
It
was
kept
it rising
it
ever
ke-
slightly? So
yeah,
then straight, you must be thinking at some point, that's
yeah,
rising.
yeah,
Not enough for them to worry about, but it's going in the wrong direction.
yeah. When he said it's right, every time I put it in, it was going up. The last time before I went in, I had the accident. It was on 10, and then he said, "Well, it's still high, but it's manageable."
Yeah.
And then when it shot to 14, he's
Bang.
that was it. He said, "Can't let you go any higher than that."
What was that initial? Was that a phone call or a meeting?
That would have been
Do you remember speaking to him face to face?
that would have been a phone call because I was still in hospital then, and he rang me while I was still in hospital.
The doctor rang you whilst he was at you, lazy
Yeah,
bastard. Why didn't you just come round?
Well, he's from Cheltenham, isn't he? That's the worst thing about it. Every time you like for the radiotherapy and the operation, you had to go over to Cheltenham, but the rooms because it's a new. It was new, but when you went in there, it was spotless. And
Do you remember how you felt at that time when that call came through?
when the call came through, I thought I'm in hospital now. I mean, can't get any worse condition than I am. And then when he said that, I thought,
So you're already feeling obviously during the accident.
mm,
We'll get onto that a bit later.
yeah.
But you obviously were feeling it, and then that call came through. What was that initial? Was it a shock, numbness? Was you on your own at the time when that call came through?
I was, yeah. I wasn't a shock. Well, it was a shock, but it wasn't a bigger shock than because I knew.
Yeah, you knew it was on the cards.
Yeah, I knew it was on the cards, but I didn't think it shot up that high. I think because I was in hospital, they could monitor me more, and every time they took me bloods, it wasn't until I went back in because I had to go back in hospital the second time. It wasn't until I went back in the second time that they asked for a PSA test, and that's while I was in there. They sent it off, and then that's when he rang me. He said, "Well, it's gone up to 14, and we can't let it go any higher because I think he's thinking, well, if it gets any higher, it might burst, or we ain't be able to control it."
Yeah.
So, but he said he had it out. I think the only good thing about having it out is because there's a couple of people that was there when I was doing my treatment, and they didn't want their prostate taken out.
Yeah.
They wanted to add the radiotherapy to see if it would.
Yeah, of course. They try and everything.
To do the job, but
Does that make you doubt it a bit at all, or
no,
was you
no.
adamant that,
I think I felt a bit relieved in a way because when they set you up, you gotta even your prostate, you still gotta add that into a certain position so they can
yeah,
send the radiation
yeah,
at that point.
I'm really isolated.
Yeah, and a couple of
You was on all fours, weren't you?
you,
Ass in the
you
air. Take your best shot, Doc.
take your best shot. And there's one guy, let's say I forgot his name now, but because he had his he had problems settling upon the table.
Okay. What,
So
as in, like, he was just uncomfortable?
just uncomfortable. So they had to keep jigging him. When they found out what position suited him, he went in and out every time.
Yeah.
But up until then, as soon as he comes back out,
You can see it in his face. Like,
yeah. But the trouble with it can go two ways. They said you can wee a lot,
Yeah.
which ain't too bad. But if it went the other way and you can't control your bowels, oh, that was it. This bloke, what coming after him, because he had to keep going to relieve his bowels, because you got to take an enema, because you got to clear your bowels so you can set your prostate into the position. But he went the other way. He kept wanting to go.
Oh no.
And then even after his treatment, he had to come back 2 weeks after, and he only just got it under control then, and he was really sweating it.
What was his sort of? I'll go back to it, but I'm interested in. The thing is, medicine's one thing, and I think it's a lot easier when a doctor tells you something. Right, we're going to do this. Okay, doctor, do it.
Yeah.
But what a doctor won't do is a doctor's not going to sit there and talk to you about how you're feeling and what you're going through. So when you're there and you said, like, you made a couple of friends, right?
Yeah.
Did that make you feel a little bit more, not safer, but like, I'm not alone?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, because I'd imagine some people, like, it's very scary. It's a scary situation, right? It's very medical. It's very matter of fact, but it's a scary situation. So, like, talking to these other people, did that make you feel, and I'd imagine you've done it for them as well, but did that make you feel a little bit more like, I got this, I could do this?
Well, yeah, because the more you talk to the people that's there, like, and they're telling you their stories and you're telling them yours, and then, you just get a friendly rapport, and as soon as you walk in, whoever, like I say, it's that long I forgot their names, like, which is weird, but you just sit and
it's not weird. It's like that environment alone. 9 times out of 10, that environment of people wouldn't be put in the same room.
No.
So at that moment, it was bonded.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
It felt good, yeah. So
the fact that you can't remember their names, that's not an issue. But at that time, you all needed each other without you even realizing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And each time, because a lot of them started before me, so they finished before me. So, once they've gone, say good luck.
Yeah.
Your recovery carries on, because they have to wait two weeks after there before they would ring you. But that 2 weeks went into 4 weeks before they rang me to say, yeah, you can come in and we'll have a chat. And it takes take me blood a week before that, gets down there. And then he said, oh, it's good news. He said, it's down to 0. Now, what we'd have to do now is monitor you every 3 months. And I still got to stay on these hormone jabs every 3 months as well, just to keep the testosterone down. Yeah, I've got a letter coming through the post with a blood certificate in it. And he said, you got to go down to the hospital a week before your appointment. So when you get down to us, we can tell you what your results are. And, hopefully it'll be good news. So I went down there, had a chat with him. He prolonged it a bit. He kept chatting and asking questions like, how are you getting on? How's your bladder works? I said,
you're like, what's in the box?
I said, it's not too bad at the moment, but the worst thing about it, like, say, you get used to trying to control it.
Yeah.
but sometimes you would get a panic on.
Yeah.
I don't want to go, but something's in my mind saying
Yeah.
you need to go, and
Okay.
and I'm looking for a toilet. Like when I used to go at town with the missus, when she used to push me in the chair, I said, I can't hold it any longer. You got to find somewhere.
Yeah.
And lucky enough, they give you this card, Macmillan card,
Yeah.
and as long as you show them that
You
card,
can use any toilet.
you could use any toilet,
Yeah.
which was a blessing in disguise. So went to see him, and he said, "Got good news." He said, "It's come back as 0." And
Wow.
I,
Did you cry?
I didn't,
Tell the truth.
I didn't really smile or anything.
Was it like overwhelming?
Yeah, it didn't kick in until I was Miss was driving me home,
Yeah.
and I thought, but he said, yeah, we'd have to, but it's 0 now, but we'd have to check you every 3
No one
months.
knew. I bet I bet the doctor when he's like, yeah, it's 0. I bet you went, oh, nice.
I just didn't have no reaction. There was nothing come out. Like,
cheers, doc.
Yeah, I could have said, yeah, cheers, doc, but nothing come out, and I thought,
You had a little bit of shock. I was like, good shock.
a good shot,
wow,
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, and then let's say I got to wait this month because I just put another blood one in, and hopefully it's still the same.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I'm gonna be on. He's just gonna keep checking me until he feels it's good enough to say, you're at a stage where it's balanced. But the main thing about it, you say, I used to be quite physically doing me exercises,
Yeah.
and like I say, you get quite limited now.
Yeah.
And then you're thinking, he said, what was you doing in between your treatment? And I was saying I was just doing some stretching and some stuff on the chair because I couldn't do the physical exercise. As long as you're doing some sort of exercise, that helps with your
yeah, of course.
with your body reacting and getting back to normal. So, like I say, the pelvis one's the main. He said you just got just do that for life now.
Yeah.
No matter at what age, most people don't do it, and they say if you don't use it, you lose it.
Do you know, it's funny you say that because I think a lot of people, when they're told, it's like when you go to a doctor and they're like physiotherapy or whatever. A lot of people don't believe in physiotherapy.
No.
They're like, oh, that's bollocks. And they just sit there in the chair and then they get old and fat, and then there's like, and their muscles are gone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if you just do as you're told, follow an exercise.
Yeah. That's what they liked about me, the physios and the people that come in. Because when I first come out, I had to have agency people come in, like first response, and they used to just look after you, and because I had good upper body strength, I can maneuver myself around, and they think, oh, we don't really need to be here if you can do all this, but they have to be there for 6 weeks, and then they
have to monitor you as well.
Yeah, they're always monitoring every time they watching, make sure I can actually do it, and then once the physio come in, then they up the exercises, what you have to do, and you have to do that 3 times a day, regardless. And as soon as once they said this is what you got to do, that was it. Bible, I've done it. So when they come back the next time, I was always ready to go to
patient.
Ready to go to the next step. Because some people, like a couple of my mates, you say you got to. If the doctor say do this, he's saying it for a reason, and they just forget about it, and then they end up having strokes and wondering why they've got a stroke.
So from the start to now, it's about 3 years?
Yeah.
So that's a long time.
Yeah.
To be putting your body through all these, changes and stuff like that. Like, I think where you do really well is obviously like you used to do kung fu, or did you? So mentally, you've always been quite strong.
Yeah.
Now, that's good. That's good. But I think for most people listening, or people in these sort of situations, it's life changing for a start.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Life changing for a start. Yeah. I'm very interested in how you got yourself through it. I know it's easy to say that when you are mentally strong, but for the sake of the listeners, there must have been times where you were like, I know you said, yeah, followed all the rules, followed all the things, but there must have been some times in your head you're thinking, I'm not getting anywhere, like nothing's.
No,
No, you completely.
no,
This
mate.
is happening. I'm
Yeah,
doing
I'm
this.
doing this. I'm going to walk again, and
Okay, so that's a good. So you had that as your like the end of the tunnel. Didn't you? Like,
yeah,
I'm getting. I need to get back to that.
yeah,
So that was your
that was my goal.
what they always call it. You know, that sort of like that carrot in a way, like that. I need to do that.
Yeah,
That's good. That's really good to hear, and I think a lot of people can take
yeah, but
good.
the
You
trouble
know what I mean?
is uh, yeah, you say that, but a lot of people don't don't have the drive. They're listening to what someone's telling you. Oh, you need to do this, but then again, are they willing to do it?
I think that pity kicks in, doesn't it?
Yeah,
You start feeling sorry for yourself.
yeah,
You know, like that's when depression can set in. You know, like why me? Why like
yeah,
it really
yeah,
kicks off, doesn't it, in your
yeah,
head, and it's
yeah,
very hard to get out of that.
yeah,
And I get what you're saying. I think, I mean, especially when it comes to physical ailments,
yeah.
when you can't do the things that you used to do,
Mm,
that and I've had a couple of people on channels like talking about like their early sports life and they
yeah,
used to do this and then they couldn't play it anymore and it was like gets in your head. You have to adapt. But
yeah.
these are young men
Okay.
ish, younger
Yeah,
than you anyway.
yeah,
Do you know what I mean? So I
yeah,
mean, for a man of your age now,
yeah,
to keep that drive to go, I want to be back to that. I applaud it, mate.
yeah. Well, you got to, innit? You got,
What's the
can't.
alternative?
Yeah, that's it.
Do you know what I mean? What's the alternative? You would have been, I mean, God knows.
No, it's like when I come out of hospital, I was like a skeleton. There's no muscle. I had no calf, so you have to build all that back up. So I was determined to, even though I couldn't do what I used to do with all the extra exercises, I just got on a chair, Googled it, chair workouts, chair cardio. Could all do it on a chair,
Yeah.
and then
All right. I'll tell you what then. Let's touch on that then, because obviously you were going through this issue with the prostate, right?
yeah,
That's hard enough.
yeah,
Now, during this, or I think it was just after, wasn't it? You had an accident at work, didn't you?
yeah,
And talk to me about that. Obviously, I don't mean like the exact thing, like oh, grab this, I've done this.
yeah.
But talk me for a little bit about it and those initial first months. What's going through your head at that time?
Well, after the accident, first when the doctors come round and had a look at the X-ray, and they said, to be honest, this is the worst we've ever seen. And when he said that, our body just went numb. And I'm thinking, if he's saying that, he's saying that I'm not going to walk again because it's
Yeah.
that.
So many words he's saying.
Yeah,
you're fucked.
it was just. He said, yeah, it's the worst we've seen. And
So
then,
what exactly was the injury?
oh well,
You landed on your legs, didn't
I
you?
landed on
You
my
landed on your feet. It was
feet.
quite high, obviously. You jumped back off the ladder.
Jumped back, landed on my feet, heard the crunch, and there wasn't much pain. Managed to get help by shouting, and then ambulance came. And the worst thing, because
Fucking hell, how loud was you shouting?
I tell you,
The ambulance heard you.
I was shouting, and the people in the house couldn't hear me, but there's some ramblers walking, and they heard me shouting for
Wow.
help, and they looked through the door. Next minute, the people in the house came out, rang the ambulance, and fair play, it didn't take them long to get there. And then I was on my front at the time, and they had to turn me over. Oh, mate, I was right till then. As soon as he turned me over, the pain just nearly passed out. The bloke said, "Oh, you have to have this gas."
You're like, give it me all.
No, I couldn't. I ate that trying to breathe through something. So he said, "Oh, well, once you get you back over, we'll have to give you some morphine."
Yeah.
Well, that worked like a treat. Everything just vanished.
Yeah, I've seen the movies.
Yeah, the pain went until I got to the hospital. My daughter was on duty then, so that was an eye opener. She was there. They see me legs all bandaged up, cut all my clothes off,
Oh,
and
have
then
you
like
spoke to her about that since, like that initial reaction from her side?
no, no,
Never
no,
talked about
no,
it.
never talked about it. They was just glad to, see me. I was still alive. And then when the bloke said that was the worst break you ever seen, the next minute they had to put it in these braces
Yeah,
to keep it. He said, "We've got to do that now because if we don't, we've got to set it."
yeah.
So
They'd have to reset it, wouldn't it?
yeah.
You don't.
So they put the old bars on, and then it went through the heel, through my shins, and it's just in a bracket then.
So was it completely shatter of the legs?
Lucky enough, everything stayed there. They said
Ankles.
They said normally when you fall from the height, it's like a ricochet.
Yeah,
So it comes
yeah.
from your ankles, and it normally comes up past your knee.
Yeah,
And if it went past, that was it.
yeah. That would have been. Was
yeah.
it femur? Femur, the
Look,
thigh bone.
I broke the ankle. So you got a ball in there.
Yeah.
That was gone. That just disintegrated.
Pop.
Yeah, in both of them disintegrated, and then they showed me the pictures, and you couldn't recognize it.
Jesus. Like
And they
shattered
said,
sword.
yeah. So they had to.
Everywhere.
So it was when I seen the picture, and I thought, is that really
Yeah.
my feet? And I after he went, I got because you got your phone in hospital, didn't
Yeah,
you?
yeah.
I googled it and I looked at the ankles. And I think that's what my feet should look like, and it's all gone. So in the end, they managed to have an operation, which he said, "Oh, what we'll do one foot, and then we'll do the other feet." And I think, "Oh no, why can't you do them both at the same time?"
Yeah.
I don't really want to
Yeah.
go back under again. So he gets in there, and they put the old, I can't remember what they call it now, the old thing in your arm, feeding the sleeping thing. He said, "Oh, I hate when they say that. Count to 10.
Okay,
One,
you fucker.
I didn't even
One,
get
red,
didn't you get to
blue.
didn't you get to 3 on those 8? And then next minute, I wakes up 10 hours after.
Oh,
And
that's
he
a
said,
good night's sleep, isn't it?
Yeah, it was a good sleep. So I wakes up 10 hours after. He said, "Oh, we managed to do both your feet because we started to do the other one and it was going for, so we
Yeah.
decided to carry on." Okay. He carried on, but trouble is, you've got this stuff in your arm. So my arm's like this for 10 hours, mine.
Yeah.
I come back out, I couldn't feel my arm. And they said, "Well, what you have to do now, we've got this little rubber ball, and you have to just keep trying to do that until it come back." About a day later, I can actually, a day later, I can actually feel my arm. He said, "Yeah, but," he said,
Yeah, but you got 2 new feet.
"Well, yeah." Yeah.
Don't worry about the arm
Yeah,
later.
don't worry about your arm. Yeah. So, like I said, it come back eventually, but I thought, I can't feel my arm. But he said, yeah, it was going so, the feet went that quick. He said, we carried on and done both, which saved you going back in again, which I was glad for that. And then it's just had to wait for the recovery then, which was a bit of a pain.
How did you find not being mobile? Like, how did that affect you?
It wasn't too bad because I managed to, because I could, even though I had the braces on, I could still get in and out of the bed.
Yeah.
Because you couldn't, it wasn't good for you to stay in your bed all day.
Of course.
So I had to get a chair next to me and a little stool so I could sit on it. You got to keep your feet elevated for let the blood go. So I come out.
Rather, you had that top body.
Yeah, that's what that's what she said, and the doctor said that was a good thing because a lot of people struggle and they rely on. So I'll put my hands up for that bit. But yeah, it's just getting in and out of bed, washing.
Yeah.
And it was good. So yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
just trying to, well, I enjoyed trying to say, well, I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep going with it to my best, ability. And it worked.
All right. So obviously you're doing this, your body's broken, you're feeling it, you've got the fucking cancer happening, it's all happening for you, right? Now, many people could break at this point. They're like,
Yeah.
they just give up, don't they? A lot of
Yeah.
people just
A
give
lot
up.
of it.
So, who at this point, obviously, you got your wife, and like, I know exactly what she's like. So
Yeah.
I know she wouldn't let you wallow
No.
or start being a bit of pity going on. So how did she drive you and support you through like all this going on?
Well, good thing about it is like she knows that in my mind that I do anything I'm told to do for my
Yeah.
benefit,
Yeah.
and I don't take when someone's like if a doctor's talking to me, it's all gobbledygook.
Yeah.
I hear what he's saying,
Yeah.
but it
So,
don't.
Winston, your X levels is R24000. We
Yeah,
must lower the risk of the post. You're like,
yeah, yeah. It don't it's going in, but it
yeah,
don't
yeah,
register. So it's always handy to have her next to me because
yeah,
she'll take it
yeah.
in and then she'll
She'll
relay,
translate it.
translate, say this is what he
Yeah,
said and this is what you need to do,
yeah,
and then I do it. But if she ain't there, I said sometimes you got to write down
yeah,
because it's going in, or can I
yeah,
record it because
yeah, yeah.
it's not going to stay
It's
there.
hard to take in at that point because you're
Yeah,
not thinking straight because your body's in the bit, so you're not thinking straight. You're
yeah.
not listening.
No. Well, you
So
are
you're
listening, but
listening,
it's
but
not. It's not
it's not
registering.
computing.
No. Especially when he like someone had that call and he said, "Oh, we need to get you in to sort the prostate out." Then the mind's ticking. How close is it?
Yeah,
Is it there catch treatable,
yeah,
or is it gone
yeah,
past that stage? So when he said you got to get in, I didn't even argue with him. I just said, "Yeah, you put me in.
yeah.
I'll be
Trace,
there."
go with you.
Yeah, Trace
Yeah,
went
yeah,
there, stayed overnight. Well, she didn't stay overnight. I stayed overnight, had the op, and then said back home the next day for 10 days before I had to go back in, get the bag taken off, and then that's when he said, "Oh, after that, check the scan again." That's when he found they've missed a bit,
yeah.
and that's when I
So
had
that
to.
must have been very frustrating as well. Like, I know you mentioned.
It was frustrating. I'm thinking, it's like you think, come on, you got all this technology. You look at the scan and you missed it at this vital point. And I think, and especially on the because on the bladder neck, if it didn't work, you can either struggle to pee
Yeah,
or you have to have it restitched.
yeah,
So it goes through another channel, which I'm glad it didn't
yeah.
go that way
No,
because
no, no. But it's still frustrating they've
yeah,
missed it. And
yeah.
was you angry?
In myself, I was a bit angry because I wanted to say, well, how could you miss it? But like I say you're not
Yeah.
computing. You're thinking he's telling me he's missed it, and you're thinking, you know, do I hit him now or
That's like waiting.
you're getting all tense, and I'm thinking,
What was
okay,
the family like? Were they
oh,
like with you? Were they like,
the-
look, it happens because obviously
no,
there's
no,
medical.
no.
Oh,
Tracy was there. She wasn't too happy about it, which I don't blame because they're
yeah,
doing their job and they're supposed to scan it
yeah,
and look in it before they say, "Oh, we're going to do this to you," and then miss a bit.
yeah,
But like I say, I'm glad they found the
yeah.
bit because if not, I'd have still been going on and then it'd still
It
be
would
there
got worse.
and it'd been worse. So I think, because they knew they was a bit on that side, they thought, get you in there,
Yeah,
let's catch it now,
yeah.
which I'm grateful they did because it could have went the other way.
Well, it could have gone the other way.
Yeah.
Could have gone the other way, and like we touched on it, it's in your head you have such faith in doctors, right? We do, don't we?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
If a doctor tells you it's this, we just 100% believe it.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, most of the time they are right, but there are sometimes where you think, no,
Mm.
I'm going to prove you wrong. Hence, like when you say, like, I'm going to walk again.
Yeah. But the trouble is, I think fair play to my doctor, because once he took the test, he was right on it. He was saying, "Oh, yeah, getting hold of the right people," saying, "Well, yeah, this is what you got to see."
Yeah.
So when he got me into seeing the doctor in Charlton, when he said, "Okay, yeah, we're going to monitor you," it was all him pushing it on because he knew my origin as well. That we're close on that barrier of
Yeah.
getting it, no matter what you think. 1 in 4, that's too low. So
the
so
odds aren't.
that odd percent. So he got me in there. So I take my hat off to him, and like I say, he'll every now and again I'll ring up, have a chat, and he's asking how you're getting on, which is good
You
to
still
know.
speak to him now?
Yeah, still speak to him now. Yeah,
That's good.
yeah. So like
I was going to say, how do you move forward with something like this? Like, it's most of the time you can see a doctor, they treat you, and then you never see him again. Really, do you?
no.
So the fact that you're even getting those calls.
Yeah, calls, letters off him, just to say how your treatment's getting on, and this is what they just told me. So just carry on with the process, and good luck, and so
Great, right?
yeah.
You're mentally strong. You're dealing with it. You're dealing with every single thing comes along as it is. How did the family react? How did the family deal with what was going on with you? Because obviously you yourself, you know what's going on, and like you got your mental strength. But
Yeah.
how did everyone else deal with that?
Well, looking if my daughter works at the hospital and the missus worked at the hospital, so they knew how
They've
to.
seen pain.
They've seen pain, and they know how to, make you feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Like if sometimes I'm slouched, just make sure I'm,
sit up.
yeah, sit up, do that, and to help. They was all there to say, we know what you like,
Yeah.
we know what you want to do, but you can't do it now.
Yeah.
You have to, start from scratch.
Yeah.
And that was the bit that I thought, okay, time to listen to someone else instead of something.
Yeah.
What you could do in your
Yeah.
head, you can't. You got to start from scratch and
Yeah.
listen to other people outside of your head.
Yeah.
And that's what's really.
Well, what was you going to do? Get up and kick their ass?
Well, you get that feeling that you
You're
think you think you are gonna try and get out this chair, and you can't.
Yeah.
So you need a bit of an
Yeah.
assistance to get you out the chair, and then getting used to using the chair. You see them on telly, you try doing it and
Yeah,
trying
you see
to
it like in the
left.
Olympics,
Yeah.
all the basketball matches.
Yeah.
And you think,
Yeah,
you're all right.
left hand down, right
I'll
hand.
stay in defence.
Yeah,
I'll go and go.
but other than that, yeah, it's just a.
So they were supporting.
So when
You're lucky, really, in a way, and like the wife's daughter, they were obviously in medical care, so like
Yeah,
working.
yeah.
So they probably seen the flip side of people struggling,
yeah,
and the pain, but they also knew what could potentially happen if you do everything right, and they could see the light at the end of the tunnel before you probably did. To be fair,
well, daughter did. The wife slowly, when she got me doing what I was supposed to be doing, then she's more happy because I was getting more independent.
Yeah,
Because one thing I didn't want is I'd rely on them, but I didn't want to rely on them 100%. I wanted to try and at least walk to the kitchen,
yeah.
even though.
Do you feel that independence was taken from you a bit? And because I know a lot of men struggle with that, because men, we're the providers, we're the protectors, like, do you know what I mean? So then that's taken away from you.
Yeah,
You have to rely on
them
the family to help you.
which is good that they're arranged because it does make you focus on something else, not so much on yourself.
Yeah.
You're broken and
Yeah.
you're trying to fix it, but you got them giving you positive intake all the time. Yeah, do this
Come on,
exercise,
Dad,
Dad.
yeah.
Yeah, one more, and then keep
What
going.
was the boy like?
He was quite quiet, really, as he is.
You're all right, Dad.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice one. I'll check in tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah, something like that. Oh, can I have one of your beers, Dad? Yeah, help yourself. You know where it is.
Out yourself. Well, you weren't going to get up and get it, were you?
Well, I would like to get up on
Hang
it.
on, let me get it, son. No, I need to drink it tonight, Dad. I ain't got time for you.
Yeah, so I did that. Yeah, he
Was
was.
he around a lot more?
Yeah,
Did you notice?
he was round a lot. Yeah, every after
That
work
was
he used to
his
come
way of
round.
showing.
Weekends he used to come round as well.
Yeah.
Help out. I said daughters was only a stone throw away, so she was there every day when she wasn't
Yeah.
at work.
Yeah.
And then said the wife in and out of work.
How did that, have you talked about it with your son about, obviously, he was in the same trade as you, and seeing that, what could happen to you, did it scare him at all, or was it
Well, it didn't scare him, but he
not
got
scared, like, what I mean, like, wow,
yeah,
like, this,
yeah, yeah. He got out of it pretty quick after.
yeah.
He only
I'm not
he
surprised.
only lasted a year when I was there. And he's only there because I was there. And then when he knew I was coming back, he thought, it's
Yeah.
time to find something else, and he's
Yeah.
found a nice job which he likes doing.
Yeah, good.
So
Good, I applaud it. I think a lot of people get stuck in certain jobs or certain places because they think that's just it. And then,
yeah,
sometimes it can take something drastic to really shake you out of it. And
yeah,
seeing his old man, with the injury and with the cancers, and really drives home just how fragile we are.
yeah. I think that what the ankle. Yeah, he got a bit. I think the cancer was the bit that he was trying to get his head round
Yeah.
because you hear it on the telly.
It
You
happens
see,
to everyone else.
yeah, it happens to everyone else.
It happens to everyone else.
Don't happen to my dad. Don't happen to
No.
my dad.
No,
And
well,
then
you don't. You always think your parents are infallible, don't you? You
yeah,
think, oh, yeah, they're superheroes. They can reign forever.
yeah, but then yeah, he got over it eventually once he knew I had the all clear, and I got to keep just taking these regular tests.
Yeah.
But
Do
yeah,
you, knowing that he's obviously, like, it was obviously a bit of a struggle for him, do you sort of encourage him as well? Say, look, son, I made it.
yeah,
I'm doing okay. It's okay.
yeah. I said it's okay, but I said when you're 40, you got to try and have a get checked out when you're 40.
Well, to be fair, right? That's the silver lining. Isn't it?
Yeah,
He's obviously seen it and think, right, okay,
yeah,
I need to monitor myself.
yeah,
So I know it sounds really horrible, but sometimes you need something like this happening to wake people up. It's
yeah,
like, even in everyone's family,
yeah.
someone at some point is going to
Okay.
have cancer, right?
Yeah,
It's a horrible statistic, but
yeah. It
it's
is.
true.
Yeah, it's true.
And it really drives it home,
Yeah,
which is sad in itself.
yeah,
But at the same time, it's an indicator, and hence why we, like, I've asked you to come in and do this interview, because I think your story is an important story to tell. Because you were fit as a fiddle.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And just like that, bang, that cancer was growing.
Mm.
You would have known.
No, I wouldn't, mate. No, so I do thank the doctors for that. But yeah, you don't. You never. When you do find out, it's too late sometimes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and like you said, a lot of time there's no symptoms.
No.
And then when there is, there is, you just don't clock it. Like,
No.
God,
But like I say,
right.
yeah. Well, so most blokes, if they pee a lot, they just think it might be a cold day today, so
Yeah.
that's why I'm peeing. But there's always something
Yeah.
behind it, and it's always best to check it. Ring your doctor and say, well, it's like trying to get an appointment, but
Trying to get an appointment now is a nightmare.
yeah, but make that appointment, even if it's a month
Yeah.
down the road. Make that appointment and then go, and then your symptoms ain't going to go that quick. So
Do you think there's a bit of stigma behind prostate testing? Because I think with men, a lot of them think you're going down there and the doctor's fingering you every time. And do you know what I mean? Like, I ain't have no doctor put his finger up my ass.
Yeah, that you.
And do you know what I mean? It's like, I ain't gay, and
You-
what?
you-
Like, it's that mentality.
Yeah,
of men.
that's the
like,
trouble.
do you know
Yeah,
what I mean? And
yeah.
I think once we get past that,
Yeah, once you get past that,
do you see that changing anytime soon?
no.
But then again, I don't see. I think men my age would probably be more acceptable to go into a doctor's and go, "Oh, can you check my prostate?"
Yeah,
Right.
it's
It's a lot of the older generation.
yeah.
You're like, no, no, that ain't happening.
No. It's like one mate. He said, "You go to doctors if No, I don't go to doctors." I said, "What if you don't feel well? I'll get over it somehow." Yeah, I said, well, a cold could turn into pneumonia.
Yeah.
So by the time you, what happened when
Yeah.
you're knackered, and let's say you had both of them had strokes, so they still don't look after themselves. But
Has any of your friends listened to your story and it's inspired them to get checked? Has anyone told you, like, Winston, your stories?
only one of them, mate, got checked.
Look, that's more than
But
zero. And that's, you know, if you inspire one person.
yeah, he had the all clear, so lucky enough. But yeah,
But if he hadn't, I know it sounds really weird when I say it, but if you hadn't have had it yourself,
yeah,
he might have got
no,
checked.
he wouldn't have checked it. No,
Do you know what I mean? And he's got the all clear.
Yeah,
Brilliant. But I think that is a big stigma with men. And I think that's why prostate cancer is high
yeah.
in men. A lot of people just don't realize it. I think it's second
It is a second. Got to be a second.
I think it's second to testicular cancer for treatable if it's caught early, but it's a
If
big
you catch it
killer.
early, it's right.
I might be wrong on that. I'll have to Google that and have a look into
Yeah.
it. But I'm pretty sure
They're trying to. They're on about getting a new blood test now
yeah.
that will pick up your prostate levels. Don't know when it's coming out, but that's what they're aiming to do.
That might already be out. I think my dad's had that test with the prostate with the blood. Yeah, like, I think if men were told, look, you don't need to have a finger at your ass.
Yeah,
come here with blood test.
I
think they'd do it. Oh yeah, I'm there. They'd be lining up.
Yeah.
Like the flu jab, they'd all be outside. What are you going for? Oh, blood, prostate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we ran out of blood tests, everyone. Sorry, I'm gonna have to go back to the finger.
Yeah. That blood thing that will be.
That would be a game changer, wouldn't it?
Yeah, will be.
I think so. Yeah, I think that would change a lot of. I think it's one of these things with prostate is the earlier the better. The earlier you catch it, the better. Isn't it? So yeah. So hopefully your stories are going to inspire people to like, you know what?
It would be nice.
What did they tell you? What the sort of age it's from? Is it like 40 plus?
They said you
40 plus.
Get yourself checked from. I think 40 upwards.
Yeah.
Get checked.
Yeah. Well, I'm definitely gonna. I think I'm definitely going to get looked at.
Yeah, because like my mate's uncle, he has a yearly test, MOT they call it.
Yeah.
And he thought, oh, I've had the MOT. Yeah, that'll pick up me PSA and my prostate. Caught it too late. Just exploded.
So we caught it a bit too late.
Yeah, caught it too late. It burst and there's nothing they can do now.
What burst?
The prostate.
What? It can burst?
Yeah. It got that.
I didn't know it could burst.
Yeah, it got that late in the stage. It's like your appendix. When your appendix ruptured, it just ruptured. And then it just spread everywhere around the body now.
Shit.
So there's no
going back.
No going back.
Fuck.
So that's like, so you might say you're having an MOT. Yeah, they check the most stuff, but they don't normally take a lot of bloods.
Yeah.
So my mate I spoke to, he has an MOT, but he said next time he has his MOT, he's going to ask if you can check me prostate and then go from there.
Who do you think it should fall on? Do you think the doctors, NHS, you know, do you feel they do enough to highlight, to raise awareness as such, like,
well, they are
screening?
Well, not the screening, but they are trying to get it out there with the people wearing the old little men on the on pin on there saying prostate.
So you think more of that sort of, not advertisement because it's not the wrong word, but that campaign.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? To say, right, more of this. Like, where would you like to see more of?
I like to see more of people going out and saying, well, you know, go to the doctor and say, have you, you know, I don't feel too good. You know, I'm weeing a lot. I've got back pains.
Well, okay, so you think the campaign's great, but it should really fall on you as a person saying, look, okay, know the symptoms, know the signs.
Yeah.
Go and get checked out.
Get checked out. Yeah.
If you're okay, great.
Yeah.
But
it's worth.
Okay.
It's peace of mind, isn't it?
Yeah.
Especially when it's your health as well, and you know, if you catch it late, you shorten your lifespan. So if you feel these little things, it might be minor, but
Yeah.
get it looked at.
No, you're right. I totally agree, and I think, and this is what we mentioned at the start was
Yeah.
men don't go to the doctors.
No.
Do you
No.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was reading somewhere something the other day, and it was talking about certain people, certain men in different sort of areas of trade. So construction workers, etc. Right? We talk on them. They don't go to doctors. One, for their mental health, they don't talk. Right? That's a whole new subject. But they will also won't go to a doctor if there's something wrong with their body, because a lot of the time they think, "Oh God, I've been roofing 30 years, my back's fucked." Like, you know, I mean, they put it down to their working existence.
Yeah.
Or they go to work and they have a cold and they sweat it out, and they, do you know what I mean, and stuff like that. So, what more can, seeing as we're both obviously in the construction, in the roofing trade, what more do you feel construction as a whole can do to get men? Because, you know, these men always look, oh yeah, they're the manliest men, they're, you know what I mean, like they're these big rough guys, you know what I mean? But it's not obviously the case, right? We know that.
Yeah.
But what more do you feel the industry could do to get these people to go to the doctors more?
Well,
Because you don't really talk about, it's not something you really talk about with your mates, is it?
no.
Oh, you had your prostate check recently? No, yeah, no. Like, do you know what I mean?
Well, it's generally looking after us, especially when in these hot weathers, you're saying put your sun lotion on, and they just laugh. These
Yeah.
young kids.
Yeah,
you know,
geez, I was the same. I know it's green.
all they're happy is getting
Yeah,
a
look at the
tan.
tan, yeah.
And then when these little lumps starts coming up,
Yeah.
they're thinking, well, that wasn't there before. And then when they're saying, oh, have a look at the first time, and then it's getting bigger.
Yeah.
Now it's time to go and get checked
Yeah.
out. Next minute, you got skin cancer.
The thing is, I always look at this. I think, who really looks at their body like that? Like,
No.
who really looks in the mirror and looks
No,
at their moles?
yeah,
and, like, you don't, do you?
No, you don't. So they're saying you to do all this, but you don't.
It's not feasible, is it?
No.
Just, people just don't.
Yeah.
The only
just
time
see-
you're really looking in the mirror is if you catch yourself getting out of the shower and you think, oh, fuck, you know, this state of that. You ain't going to look at yourself for long, are you?
No, you see a mole, you think, oh, that's all right.
It's a mole.
It's a mole. But that
Yeah,
mole,
like it's normal.
yeah. But
Yeah.
that's the mole that can cause you the damage.
Going through, just going back quickly. So this is all going on. So obviously, you know, moments of panic. You think, oh, you don't know what's going on. You're trying to get your mind straight. You've got good support behind you. How, we've touched on your family supporting you. How do you feel your friends supported you? Did you feel you lost some friends because of it, or was there stronger friendships bond? Like, do you know what I mean? Was there strong? Did it go the other way?
I wouldn't say. Well, you know your true friends are. You know the ones. I ain't mentioned them, but you know the ones that ain't there.
Yeah.
Like I say, I call you and Dan
Yeah.
and a couple of Matt Majors as true friends.
Yeah.
Because as soon as Matt knew,
Lifetime
he
friends.
rang. As soon as you knew, you rang, and Dan rang, and you kept in touch. And then that's the sort of thing that I was feeding on. You know, got people ringing, finding how you getting on.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what it's like
taking
when
the piss.
yeah,
like,
taking it, having a laugh.
As men do. That's how we bond. That's how
yeah,
we
that's
show
it.
our
That's
care,
how we
like.
get on. But I say, if there's a lot of people in the construction had that sort of friendship, then they would talk more. But they go to work, do their bit, go home, and they don't class some of their workmates as mates.
Yeah.
They just think,
Colleagues.
oh, they're just colleagues.
Yeah.
And that's where it goes wrong.
Do you
I
feel
think.
construction's gone down that way? I remember, early days. You remember we worked together, and you go on site. You knew everyone on site,
Yeah.
didn't you? You knew everyone on site. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you'd help each other out. If they say you just about to do the roof and there's a brick missing or something, you go down to brick it. Oh,
Yeah.
there's a brick. Do you want to get it in before we put the roof on?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, nice one.
That's it.
That sort of stuff don't happen.
Don't know.
The bait that's gone. No one really eats together anymore. Do
No,
they all
that's
sit
it.
in their vans.
In their van. I think that's COVID is caused that.
Covering out that one
No,
bit.
that's why. What?
I think it was going that way anyway.
We used to eat in our vans anyway, didn't we?
Yeah, depending on where you were, though, because like on a site, this site, like all around the other side of the.
You ain't
You know,
doing
your
it.
part.
No.
I ain't going over
No.
there. Are
But yeah, and I think I noticed. Well, before I come out of roofing, I noticed the canteen or the area you were sitting in, it had less seats,
you? Yeah.
so you was forced to
Yeah, yeah,
eat
yeah.
in
It'll
your
only be a
van.
little bit up, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Like a little.
So and I didn't want to be cramped in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not like
Especially
it
with
used
some
to
of
be.
them stinky bastards.
Yeah, but like I say, construction it ain't what it is it?
No.
No, when you look at it, there's not a lot of young people going into construction, but they're
No, no.
trying to
We've
get
had
them
this
in.
discussion with quite a few people, and it's a shame because, like, let's just touch on that. I think the friendships you gain from that life,
It's
it's
brilliant.
like they're lifetime relationships. They're
Yeah.
not. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And I think the youngsters today don't see that, they're missing out. They're
yeah,
missing out big time.
yeah. I got loads of loads of friends in roofing or in
I
the
could,
kitchen.
I 5 years ago, I could name you pretty much every roofer in Gloucester.
Yeah, there's
Like now, I'm like,
too many now, isn't there? They just
I ain't got a
ate the
clue who
woodworms.
you are. I'll drive past. I'm like, I ain't got a clue who they are.
Yeah,
I'm like, who the fuck's that? He just, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
like I'm not dissing them. I'm not saying
yeah.
that, but I'm just saying I ain't got a clue who they are. I don't know
No,
who they are now.
no.
I haven't been out of the game that long. It's only
Mm.
really been a year and a bit.
Yeah, there's a lot of people just coming at the woodworms and causing more damage than what they are doing. It's like,
Yeah.
the worst thing I don't know. You're probably saying you drive past and you're thinking, why did you do that? Couldn't it's blatantly in your face. Why would you
Why
do that? Oh, I'm thinking someone just paid for that.
Yeah. And no, the thing is, no one's teaching these people. They're not being taught like old fashioned ways.
No.
And I think traditional roofing, if you want to call it, is dying. I think it's everything's site work now, isn't it? Everything's left, right, up, down.
Yeah.
There's no architectural skill involved. It's just plain roofing.
Yeah, yeah. Domestic houses any day.
Yeah,
Okay.
same, mate. I'm the
Mm.
same. Mate, I just want to say, thanks for coming in. I think I think hopefully people listen in. I think a lot of the time with health, we can always, and I've mentioned this before, we can always focus on the negatives. Everything, you've got to be miserable all the time, or you've got to be depressed. You've got to be, and one of the reasons I wanted you to come in was I know how strong you are mentally, and that's probably put you in good stead with what's happened to you.
Mm.
Don't get me wrong. I imagine you've had your times, but
The one thing you got to, what I did, I kept my mind occupied.
yeah,
I do the odd word searcher, Sudoku, or read a book. You got to keep your mind occupied. You just sat there and moping and not keeping that mind
yeah.
going. You've lost already.
I think that's a really important view. And we had Ken in the studio, Ken,
Yeah.
and I was getting his sort of opinion on mental health, because you're a bit younger than Ken, but
Yeah.
you're around the same sort of time, and mental health wasn't really a thing when
No.
you were younger, was it?
No.
Do you know what I mean? So, and I'm wondering of the impacts of, and we talk about the impacts of social media. No one, you go on Facebook, no one's posting bad shit on Facebook either. It's everything. Oh, look at me in my brand new car.
Yeah.
That's on finance.
Yeah.
Look at me on this lovely food I've just made. That's cost you 200 quid.
Yeah.
You put it on a credit card.
Yeah. That's it.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but what that does when people say, "Oh, they're living their best life," and you start thinking, "Why am I living my best?" So you get in your own head.
Yeah.
We also have instant access now, don't we? To everything. We have instant access to information, to each other.
Too much information at times.
Too much information at times. I mean, God, we were talking about this the other day. When you'd be at the pub and you'd be like, "Oh, Linford Christie ran the 100 meters in 9.9." No, he didn't. He ran it in 10. No, he didn't. And then you'd be fucking arguing back and forth for 2 hours.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now you just go, "What's up, Goop?" "Oh, yeah, you're right."
Yeah. That's it, isn't it? That's it. Yeah.
You can't even argue anymore.
No.
So just get the fucking answer up.
Yeah. Especially when you're actually winding the person up as well. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm just arguing for the sake now. I just want to see the world burn. Isn't it? It's true, isn't it?
I remember that.
But I think you're a good example, mate. You faced some adversity, some real, some real dark times, I'd imagine, and you've come through, and you get, obviously you're not at full fitness, and you say you never will be, will you? So
No.
that could also get in your head, oh, I'm not going to be back, but it's almost like you find a bit of a new lease of life. You're making the best of what you got.
Yeah, that's it.
I think that if anyone takes anything from this interview is, you dealt the cards, play the game.
Play the game, yeah. And come out on top.
Yeah. All right, I tell you what. So what I normally do at the end of these interviews, I like to ask the guests to come in for a question to leave the next guest.
Yeah.
Right. Now, I want to stick with. I normally ask him, and he asks some real random questions.
Yeah.
But I want you to give me a question for the next guy who's coming in, but I want it to be health related and how they do it. So, have you got anything you can think off the top of your head?
What is your strength?
In what way would you?
What is your strength to get you up in the morning every day, to drive you on to do your job, get home, and keep in mind?
I like it.
Because some people, they get up, not even thinking about it. It's like a robot. Get up, back to work, come back, and they got something on their mind, but they won't speak to anyone. They just let it grow and grow until it eats them up.
Yeah.
Find your strength.
Find your goal.
Find your goal. Find something that's going to get you to do something or talk to someone about it.
Yeah. What's your motivation?
That's it.
What gets you up? What motivates you to get up?
Yeah.
And go again.
That's it.
Because every day's the same.
Every day's the same.
Shit, different
day. You gotta. Yeah, that's it. You gotta get up, make each day better than the last day, and if you can help someone on the way, it's even better.
If you can help someone on the way.
Yeah.
Well, appreciate you coming in.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And I think, is there anything you want to ask, or are you happy with that?
I'm happy with that, mate.
I think it went really well, mate, and hopefully the listeners will as well. Like I said, it's important to sometimes. Me personally, I would class you as a feel-good story.
Yeah.
I think considering what you went through, mate, and I know you don't really talk about it. I know you don't really see it, but for what happened to you, it was life-changing.
It was definitely that.
And you were lucky. You were very lucky, and for that to happen with your legs and the cancer at the same time would have broke many a man.
Yeah.
So I applaud that, mate. We'll leave it there then. I've been Shane Mitchell, and again, thank you very much for coming in, Winston.
That's right.
This has been Healthy Men Talk, and as always,
got it off my chest.
No, you feel good?
I feel good.
Good, man. That's what we like to hear. This has been Healthy Men Talk. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and leave some comments if you need to. And thank you. I'll catch you on the next one.